Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So, as you probably have realized, I have been gone for quite a while, and after I did Vlogtober, I just didn't really have a whole lot of ideas of what to film, and like I've said before, and like I think I said it in a video before, I said that I just rely on God to give me inspiration because it's for His glory. If He wants me to film, then I rely on Him to give me inspiration, so I just wasn't filming. And I've been researching some things about YouTube, and I finally feel like I'm coming back, and I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. So, that's that. But in today's video, I am going to actually be doing a book review on this lovely book right here. It is the Live Fearless book by Sadie Robertson. I think I've read it like 2 or 3 times. I just read it again recently because it's been a while since I read it and I kind of forgot what it said. But it's a really good book, so we're gonna dive into that and I'm gonna tell you about it. So first of all, I'll just start off by telling you what this book is about. This is by Sadie Robertson. I already said that. Here's the cover. It's called Live Fearless, and Sadie Robertson is, she's a famous Christian girl, celebrity, I guess. She was on the show Duck Dynasty, and then she was also on Dancing with the Stars, I think season 19. And she's written 2 other books. She wrote one before this, which is called Live Original, and then I think one came out recently that's just called Live. So, my mom actually got me this book for my birthday a couple years ago, and at the time I was like, oh, this is a cool book, but I wasn't really like struggling with fear or anything like that. But little did I know along the road that I would need it more and it would be more helpful. So I really like this book. Basically, I should probably tell you what it's actually about. It's about how to overcome fear, and she gives you things to implement into your life and things to pray and how to overcome the fear. I'll just read you the thing on the back. In Live Fearless, A Call to Power, Passion, and Purpose, best-selling author and star of Dancing with the Stars, Sadie Robertson, shares her story of overcoming anxiety and fear. Sadie battled insecurity, comparison, and isolation just like so many of us do, and she went on a journey of transformation that has left her living a fearless life. As you read through these pages, you'll discover how you can embrace a fearless life too. Join Sadie on the road to power, passion, and purpose as you live at the center of who God created you to be. So, that's what this book is about. So, I'm going to start by just telling you some things that I liked about the book. I really liked how personal this book was. This book is very personal. She was giving all of her own examples, and she was basically walking us through her journey of overcoming her fear, kind of how it started and some of her deepest points of fear and how she overcame her fear. So I really liked that it was personal, and she would say whenever I was feeling this is what I would do and this is why I would pray, and it was really hard to do this, but with God's help I overcame this. And it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but especially personal things in your life, fear or depression or different things like that, it's so awesome whenever it is personal. Because I was reading another book about anxiety and depression, and it was a pretty good book, but it wasn't personal. It would tell random stories about different people, but it wasn't like the author was telling you about their journey, and it was more personal with you. So that's just, I'm sure other people have different preferences, but I really like books that are more personal like this. So I really liked this because she was very vulnerable in this book, and she wasn't holding anything back. I also like how she shared metaphors and examples. She shared so many examples, like I said, of what she did in certain situations and how she overcame her fear, and she's like, this worked for me, you can try it too. And she gave us examples from the Bible, and examples in her friends, examples just that she'd heard, and she referenced sermons, and she referenced Bible verses and all that stuff. So I really liked her metaphors and examples that she put in there, instead of, not that it would be bad if it was all just from her brain and all her speaking, but I liked how she added in other things like that. So I'm gonna show you one of the chapters, or maybe not show you, I'll just tell you about it. But basically in every chapter there's certain sections. So there's the first page, which is just, the very beginning of the chapter, she shares a little quote right here at the beginning of each chapter. At the end, she has different sections. So there's this one, and she has this one. Does that say work the word? I think it does. So she, she shares a Bible verse, and then she talks about it and stuff like that. And here on this section, she just makes like different bullet points and stuff of kind of just going over what was in the chapter and like pinpointing it. And so I really liked how it was all sectioned out. But yeah, so in the work the word part where it shows the Bible verse, I really liked how it had the Bible verse at the end of every chapter, and like it says work the word, how you can work that into your life and work that into your mind and stuff. So I really liked that. Also, like I just said, I really liked how each chapter was sectioned out and it wasn't all just like all thrown at you and then it was just like, hey, next chapter, because that would, you can take notes, but that would get a little bit confusing and overwhelming for me at least if it was all just, all together. So I really like how it was sectioned out. And I also really liked how she put so many easy things to implement into your daily life. Now I say easy, but they sound easy, but they're not actually easy. But in this section, mostly this one up here, she put little things where you can implement things into your life of what you just learned in the chapter. So she'll, have different bullet points, and she's like, she'll be like, I challenge you to do this thing this week, or try this thing, or reach out to this person, or talk to this person, or pray this thing. And so I really like how she gave us little like challenges and little things to implement into your life, because you can read an entire book and be like, that's a great book, but my life is still like the same, and I didn't really get anything from that book. But I really liked how she did that. I love books that like give you a call to action or whatever. They like challenge you to do certain things, or they're like, I challenge you to do this thing this week and things like that. So I really appreciated that, and I definitely did not do all of them because they are challenges. That's obviously they're challenging, but I really liked how she put those in there. It just seems like she put a lot of effort into this book, and I really like this book. I don't think I have anything bad to say about it. Also, at the very end, she has, after all the chapters, she has just multiple pages of verses about fear. So she has 8 pages just of verses about fear and to help you overcome fear. And then I think the last couple pages, these are just little journaling pages. I think you can just use them for pretty much anything. But yeah, so here are those, and here's the front and the back. It's a really cute book, and it's not only cute, it's fire. It's a really good book. So I was trying to think of if I had any cons or any bad thing to say about this book. I do not. I have nothing bad to say about this book. I'm not even kidding. I cannot even think of anything bad. I'm sure, like, if I was reading it, I could pinpoint maybe, like, one tiny thing. Like, oh, maybe the font should have been bigger. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I have, like, literally nothing bad to say about this book. And I really, really, really love this book. I highly, highly recommend this book. Whether you're going through fear or not, it's a really good book just to encourage you and stuff like that. But it's a really good book, so please go buy it. It's on Amazon. I think this one is from Mardell. It's probably at like any Christian bookstore you go to. It's a really, really good book. I very much encourage you to read it and read her other books. I haven't read them, but I'm sure they're really great. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that this helped you out if you were trying to, research what this book was about. I hope this helps you out. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.